Hey guys, it's Deconic here, and in this video, I will be going over my Minion Army Necromancer build currently for open beta Diablo 4. This build, as you may notice, is currently sitting at 14 minions, 7 skeletal warriors, 6 skeletal mages, and 1 golem. And the bread and butter of this build comes in the form of a couple of legendaries that give you extra summons and a couple of skill nodes I will be showing later. Skill node points I'll be showing later on. When it comes to the legendaries, the build can perform without them, but they do help out quite a bit. The first one I'll go over is this one, where your max number of skeletal mages is increased by 2, but it has a 50% increased efficiency when it comes to amulets. I don't think it's affected by weapons at all. Only amulets that makes it stronger. So we took it out of the gear we found it on, which was a shield, which I found very randomly early on, and I have found other ones with it. So it's not too rare of a legendary. So we took it off the shield and put it on an amulet to give us 3 extra mages, bringing our total mages from 3 to 6. We also have maximum number of skeletal warriors, which we found a ton of. This takes it from, if you go the route of skirmishes like I do in this build, you can have up to 5 skirmishes by default, and then you put 2 on top of that, gives you 7. And of course, we have our golem, and that completes our 14. When it comes to the skill leveling system, we go, where is it? Yes, leveling up from level 1, we go into decompose just so we can get corpses from boss fights,
Impressive.
among other things we might want to decompose, but we mostly just use this for boss fights, really. I also leveled up with this, and it performed pretty good. It has high damage early on, and your skeletons are available from level 1, so you have no issues when it comes to that. Level 2, I went blight because I like damage over times, and it does a decent amount of damage. I also think you can go Sever or Bone Spear if you so choose. My personal preference was blight. Then I just put a point in here, 2 points in here, and 1 more point to unlock this. And once I got in here, all I spec'd into was Skeletal Warrior Mastery, and once that was done, I went into Thorns. The reason I went into Thorns is because I didn't have the unique that allows your blood mist to cause corpse explosions. And without this unique, I wouldn't even bother with corpse explosion or blood mist. But since I got this unique, I also added it to my skill set because it's just more DPS. It's a really good skill against the world boss. It really helped out a lot for times where I maybe misstepped and was in his circle attack, you know, his or one of his other one shot mechanics. This saved my life a lot, and it's just really good for clearing when you have corpse explosion and increase AoE with it. But anyways, if you do not have that unique, don't bother. I wouldn't bother with them. I would just go more into Skeletal Warrior Mastery, Grim Harvest, and Fueled by Death eventually. But once this is unlocked and you have Skeletal Mage, you'll go into Skeletal Mage Mastery. Before you unlock Skeletal Mage Mastery, I wouldn't put points into this. I would focus on maybe Death's Reach, or even Iron Maiden could be good, depending on if you're getting a decent amount of thorns, because I believe this scales with levels. I'm currently getting one thorns from 3 levels into this. Oh, and before I forget, minions also inherit your thorns. So even if you you don't plan on getting hit often, like I do, I don't plan on getting hit often. But my minions would inherit those thorns, so it also still does good damage when we're out and about in the world, and you get hit by a bunch of mobs. It stacks up really quick. Once you have your skeletal mage mastery, you want to spec into Death's Reach, and we don't really do anything with this point. You just go more. We just put more points into Death's Reach, into masteries, maybe some into Grim Harvest. If you have that unique I spoke about, Blood Mist and Corpse Explosion with this radius are good bets to put put some more points in. And eventually you just get your ultimate Army of the Dead. This is really good. And if you by this point you should have an extra skill point from your renown. You can get 2 skill points from this, one here and one here, but typically you should have this one already. If you have this skill point, then I would suggest getting this for big boss fights like world boss. If you don't plan on having any big boss fights, then I would ignore this and go for something else like maybe more damage in the form of this. You could go Death's Embrace. It's even more damage for enemies that are close to you. You could put an extra point into Grim Harvest. You could put a point into Fueled by Death. There's a lot you can do. There's a lot of flexibility with this build. I have a point into several because of an item, so ignore this. Just want to go for one. And that about covers the build. When you do get your 2 extra points, however, you want to take it off wherever you put it and put both here, because what this allows you to do is in really bad boss fights or any other situation where your minions are dead, you can just cast your ultimates and you summon your minions. And even aside that, you still get corpses from your ultimate casting, which then allows you to maybe explode it with your blood mist, or um empower your minions to give them the 20% damage boost that they get when they're maxed. So far this build has been pretty good. It performs really solidly in maps. It has a lot of other focus. It's the first build I was able to beat Butcher on, and considering I have no research on him, he just popped out of nowhere on me and started zerging me essentially. The build was really able to hold its own. And if you once you get your golem, you get even more corpses. Boss fights like that become a whole lot easier even. I hope you enjoyed the build and let me know how it works out for you if you try it. If you do, however, want to try to farm the uniques that are needed for the build, or not needed for the build, but that help the build, the easiest way to do it is farming obols, the purple currency which you get from events, and trying to get it off of Lisvet, the purveyor of curiosities. I have gotten skeletal warriors from chess pieces. That's the most frequent piece I've gotten it on, so that could be a good one to try. I got my mages on a shield, and I got a different one on. I think it was. I forget what the last one is, but as you can see, I have excess of like each of them, so you will find them as time goes on, and you're just playing the game, and it really complements build. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching it. Goodbye.